Hey guys, welcome to Fishing Tackle channel. So you guys are probably watching this video because you are trying to figure out which reels to buy. So let me show you the types of reels that are available in the market. So it's not limited to this, but these are basic reels that you'll come into encounter at tackle shops. I mean, easiest way is to just speak to your local tackle shop owners or workers, and they'll give you all the details on what they would recommend. But here's my take on it. So continue watching, and if this is helpful, please make sure to like this video and subscribe. So let's start with spinning reel. So there's different sizes of spinning reel, but there's only one type of it. So you're going to get one of these, looking the ones everybody grew up knowing, right? These are the stuff you'll see on most movies about fishing and things like that. Used for lake fishing as well as surf fishing and deep sea fishing as well. So these are very easy to use. One of the reasons I stopped using is because for deep sea fishing, I feel like this does do a great job dropping faster than most reels, but just reeling it in, it's just too much work, I feel like. And it's somewhat limited, but I'll leave that up to you for another day on the comparison. It's a hot take, right? A lot of people only use this, and even though they own different kind of reels, they'll swear by spinning reel being the best, and they do. But I feel like if you're going to get a spinning reel, get the high quality one. Otherwise, most spinning reels I feel like is pretty much the same. Um, so when I'm talking about high quality, I'm not talking about Penn. I'm talking about like Daiwa, Stella, or I mean Daiwa, Saltiga, or Shimano Stella, and there are other U.S. brands as well, but those are the ones that are well known for spinning reel for deep sea fishing. But anyways, these are the basic stuff. You don't want to learn anything. You just want something simple. Spinning reel is the way to go. And then you got the Baitcaster. Baitcaster has been traditionally known for bass fishing, right? But now people are starting to realize baitcasters could be easily used for deep sea fishing. Like you won't be using this for tuna fishing, but up to fish like barracuda and other fish like yellowtail, you could reel it in with one of these if you have a pretty good bait caster. And people are worried that saltwater will get into it and ruin the whole mechanism. But to be honest, if you do a good maintenance on this, whether you take it to a local tackle shop or you do it yourself, and most importantly, if you're rinsing this off with fresh water, I usually typically use warm water to just rinse this off and just grease it well. Then you'll be fine with using baitcasters. So I would definitely consider the baitcaster. It's a lot more fun to use, and for deep sea, it's much lighter. So, and if you haven't seen my video, upgrade I would get for baitcaster is get ones with that comes with a factory, handles that are geared towards deep sea fishing, saltwater deep sea fishing. I think countries like Asia or even Australia, countries in Asia like Korea and Japan, they already come as a default, or they come with two, the factory set regular like a paddle handle for freshwater fishing like bass fishing, but at the same time they come as an option, or it comes as a factory included handles to come with it to exchange it. But in the US, if you do buy one of these like a third team fishing, definitely and pay another $20 to $40 for one of these. I have many videos about high 10 that I highly recommend. So that's another, this is a consideration for it. One of the thing that is a pro about this is that it comes with a level wind, right? So level wind means you don't have to worry about like using your thumb or your index finger to guide the lines. Traditionally, a practice for the casting reels for most people that it's been saltwater fishing. So if you're new to it and you're too lazy to use your fingers to guide it, and you want something light and simple, I would recommend something with level wind, which is this. It'll uniformly reel the line for you. So what I'm talking about is these casting reels. These don't have a level wind, so you're gonna have to, when you reel it in, use your finger to guide it. There's another hack to that. All you have to do is sort of use the gravity. So I normally, if you do pay attention and patiently reel it in, I do tilt it to the left and right. So, and whenever you tilt it to the left, it'll start winding. The gravity will, and the line, because of the gravity, the line will tend to reel on the left hand side. So if you tilt it right, it'll generally go to the right hand side. So that's a easy hack to do, but I would recommend, I mean, if you have something without the level wind, you want to use your finger, a thumb or your index finger, or however you're comfortable with your finger to guide it. So you have to constantly, as you're reeling it in, you have to kind of move it to the left and then pull it to the right, back and forth and back and forth. But if you get used to it, it's pretty simple. See how I have it uniformly sort of wounded, and my lines are kind of uniform. That's because I use my finger, as well as sometimes I forget to use it, or I'm just in a hurry and I just tilt it back and forth, but not a big deal. There's a trolling reel, so usually with the line counter. So if you have line counter, most likely it's a trolling reel, meaning the boat is constantly moving and you're letting the line out. So it's usually for bigger fish or predatory fish, such as like bluefish, tuna, yellowtail, ones that will see a bait and it will come after it, right? In a fast speed, like Spanish mackerel and stuff like that. The boat is, or striped bass. So the boat is constantly moving in certain speed, and you have a bait just almost like replicating it as if it's swimming, and one of these predatory fish will come and snatch it. So the line counter helps to determine how deep your line is out or down. So that's what it is used for, and it's used for many different ways. But that doesn't mean you have to use this for trolling. You could use it for just regular fishing if you want. Line counter, there's no real rule for it. No one's going to criticize you for it. Anyone criticizing, they're not real fishermen. The real fishermen won't care what you use, but rather will be curious as to why you use it. And if you have a good reason, that's how things catch on. Just like bait casting, right? People used to look at me when I started bait casting, or I used to somewhat go like, why are they using bait casting for saltwater fishing? But now everybody does it. So it's kind of normalized. You could always get a trolling reel, like the smaller one. This one is for more like walleye fishing in freshwater, but I bought it and I use them for saltwater fishing as well. And what it helps is I drop my line, and then sometimes the fish is not always on the bottom, so you're reeling it in a certain level, and if it bites, you know exactly where it bites. So when you drop it, you're reeling it in, and you kind of get a sense of where the fish is kind of hanging out, what depth. So that's why this will be helpful. So either way, don't worry too much about trolling reels. These days, some of these baitcasters, smaller baitcasters, or these casting reels come with a line counter for jigging as well. So I think things are always evolving. So don't feel like you are limited to certain fishing reels for certain fish that you catch. That's what's great about fishing. Who knew people would jump into bass fishing, casting bait casters to fish for, big yellowtail or like black sea bass or even bluefish, but it works. So a lot of people are using it. And also people think, oh, there's not enough line for this, but rarely the captain will go into deep sea fishing that's like 500 feet, and these usually hold beyond 300 feet, 300. Even the smallest one you could find, baitcaster, will hold like braid. If you do 15-pound, I'm pretty sure you could hold up to over 400 feet of line. Or some of them, something like this would easily hold over 500 feet of line. So that's something that you don't have to worry about. Like this one, I think I got over 350 feet of it, like 400 or even more. I can't remember, but a lot of lines on it. So for a bass reel, freshwater reel, it'll hold enough lines. The key is you don't want to overcompensate and put a 50-pound line. You'll rarely need anything above 25 pound. I think you could easily get away with 15 to, like flounder fishing, you could get away with 15 to 20 pounds. Even talk fishing, right? You want something that's sensitive. So if you know how to fish, you don't need a 50-pounder. Like people that use 50 pounds should be 50 pound and above. Even 40 pound, I don't use it unless I'm fishing for something big. So with 15 to 20 pound, you could easily get enough lines to go deep sea fishing, where somewhere between 300 to 500 feet of line. But normally, when you go out for 10 to 12-hour fishing, you'll most likely fish between 100 to 200 feet, maybe 300 feet, like beyond 200 feet. So that's something that you don't have to worry about. Anyways, I hope you guys I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, make sure to click that like button, and I'll see you guys later with new videos about fishing tackles. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll be happy to respond. Thanks.